Do you struggle with maths but want to help your child with homework? In this series we're looking at fractions and using games and activities from my book, Fractions for Parents, Taking the Fear Out of Homework. We're using games and activity to make learning fun. Remember to tap the plus sign for follow and like and share for more. This is part 2 in the types of fraction, so if you haven't seen part 1, go and check that out first. In part 1 we were looking at how to make different fractions. Today we're going to use the vocabulary. Looking at the numbers that make one whole, we could have 2 halves, 4 quarters, 8 eighths, and so on. If the numerator and the denominator are the same, then it's the same as 1 whole one. 2 halves make 1 whole, 4 halves make 2 wholes, 6 halves make 3 wholes. So as you can see, if the numerator is a multiple of the denominator, then it makes whole numbers, 1, 2 and 3 in this case. We can repeat the activity with quarters. So 4 quarters make 1 whole, 8 quarters make 2 wholes, 12 quarters make 3. So to make whole ones we need the numerator to be a multiple of 4. So 4 quarters, 8 quarters, 12 quarters and so on. Fractions that are smaller than 1 whole one are called proper fractions. We recognise them because the numerator is smaller than the denominator. We haven't got enough pieces to make 1 whole one. So in this example, 3 quarters is a proper fraction. If we use the quarters to make a number that is larger than 1 whole one, in this case we have 7 quarters, that's called an improper fraction or top-heavy fraction. Improper fractions are larger than 1 whole one, and we can recognise them because the numerator is larger than the denominator. This fraction is 7 quarters. It's an improper fraction. We can have a number the same size by replacing 4 of the quarters with 1 whole one. We can replace 4 quarters with 1 whole one, so the 7 quarters is the same as 1 whole and 3 quarters. 7 quarters is an improper fraction. 1 3 quarters is a mixed number. It's a mixture of whole numbers and proper fraction. So to recap, a proper fraction has the numerator smaller than the denominator. It's less than 1. An improper fraction has the numerator greater than the denominator. It's greater than 1. And a mixed number is made of whole numbers and proper fractions. More games and activities in my book available on Amazon.